Hi there, I'm Robert and you're watching Suburban Preppers. In this video we are going to talk about these products just here, the Heat2Eat self-steamers. So just quickly for transparency, although I'm under no obligation whatsoever to make this video and the views that I will express are entirely my own, I did get these from Heat2Eat and I got them at a very favourable rate. So I just want to make that clear. And just to make sure that I've covered all bases, I have said that this is a sponsored video, although it's not. Like I say, I'm under no obligation whatsoever to make this video. I'm making this through my own personal choice, and as I said just before, I'll say it again, the views that I express will be my own personal opinions. So with that out of the way, what are they? So just taking one of the products, essentially they are a food steamer. You use what is called a heat stone. You place a little bit of water in the bottom of the pot, put the heat stone in, put your food in, and a chemical reaction takes place and it steams the food to make it hot so you can eat it. It is important to note that these do not cook food. They only warm food that is already safe to eat as it is cold, or food that can be eaten once it's steamed, such as vegetables, fish, and so on. So let's take a look at one of the items. And this one here, like I say, it's a plastic tub. It's got the lid on it. We'll just pop the lid off. And inside it has a food tray, the heat stones, and then just the empty tray. So there's a line on the inside of the container. You won't be able to see it from there, but please just take my word for it. So you'd fill it up with water. Like I say, you'd open the packet, the heat stone, you'd drop it inside the water, make sure that it's submerged, and then you'd pop your tray of food in, obviously having it on a flat surface. You'd put the lid on top. Now on this particular model there is little grooves on it that you have to line up with the lid, otherwise it won't go on top. Put the lid on top and leave it for between 15 and 20 minutes to warm the food through to make it hot. It is important to note that there is a vent hole on the top of each of these steamers. Do not cover the vent hole. The steam does need to escape. If the steam can't escape, it may build up a slight pressure. The lid may blow off and it could cause scalding steam to go in your face or on anyone around it and burn them. So like I said, just make sure that the steam holes on the top are uncovered at all times. So they are reusable. These plastic ones, you can reuse them, they say up to 5 times. It's not so much the outside container. It's more to do with the food container on the inside. So obviously as you're using it, as you wash it, as you're eating your food out of it or whatever, the plastic is going to degrade. It's going to perhaps get a bit brittle and it may crack or whatever. So whilst the companies say for reusing it 5 times, obviously use your judgment. If it's still good, there's no reason why you can't use it 7, 8, 9 times or whatever. Just, like I say, use your judgment. If it looks broken, don't use it. They do come with heat stones in with the item when you purchase it. There are 2 in the packet. But you can also purchase additional heat stones from the likes of Amazon and also direct from Heat2Eat themselves. Also, they have recently launched a silicone model instead of the plastic model. It is a reusable one where you can use foil trays instead of the plastic trays, and you can use them for as long as you can get the replacement foil trays and the replacement heat stones. So with all of that out of the way, let's put them to use. Let's make some lunch. Okay, so I've got my lunch kind of ready to go into the steamers in front of me. Just over here, I've got some tinned new potatoes with some tinned peas and carrots. And just to the side here for the protein, I've got tinned ham chopped up to fit into the tray. So we're going to have meat and veg for our lunch. So I've pre-filled the trays. They've got a little bit of water in up to the line already. And I've got the heat stones. They are still sealed. It's important to keep these sealed until you're ready to use them. Not only does it prolong the life by stopping any moisture in the air getting to them and shortening the life, but also if you accidentally spill some water on it, it'll start the chemical reaction straight away and render them useless essentially. So it is important to note that there are two different sizes of the heat stones. There are the 80-gram heat stones for the smaller containers and the 100-gram heat stones for the larger containers. Also, it does say don't put them on anything that may be flammable or damaged by heat. So although I've got my tabletop here, I've also put it onto the trivet just so there's an air gap so any heat can dissipate and it won't damage the tabletop. We'll start by opening the large heat stone first of all. If I can get the packet to open. There we go. So that's that packet open. And it is essentially just a little fabric bag with whatever the chemical is inside of it. But I don't know what it is. But like I say, once you put it in with the water, it reacts, it swells up, releases heat. So I'll put this one in first. Pop that in. Yeah, it's starting to swell up. Sorry, I'm just trying to get in the camera shot. It is starting to swell up, so we'll then get the food inside and we'll get the lid on. And then just quickly, we'll also do the smaller container for the meat. We'll get the bag, give it a shake so it's all leveled out. So we'll get that in the container. Submerge that. Get the lid on. And it says 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to leave it for 20 minutes. I'm going to start a timer on my phone. I can already hear it going in there. So I've got the timer going. Once again, it's important. Make sure that you keep the vent holes clear. Otherwise, the pressure can build up. It could force the lids off. Hope you can see the steam coming off there. I assume this one will start any minute now as well. But yes, that's why you need to keep the vent hole clear, like I say, just so the steam can escape. Perfect. Right, so I'll come back to you in 18 minutes and 36 seconds and we'll see what it's like. Okay, so they've been on for around about 5 minutes. I've just got my temperature probe that I have for work. I've just got out my work bag quickly. I'm just going to pop it into the hole and see what the steam is. So quickly, it's saying the temperature is 24.2 degrees Celsius. Obviously, I don't want to block the hole. But that is saying 91.6. Like I said, the hole is around about the same size as the probe. But that was in the low 90s, and that's Celsius. I'm just going to go for there. Yeah, 93, 94. Yeah, so it's hot. You know, it's hot enough to burn you. And that's why you need to keep the steam holes clear. So like I say, I'll come back once the food is warmed through, once the time limit is up, and we'll see what it's like. Okay, so as you can see, the steam has pretty much stopped. There's just little bits of residual steam coming out the top. So I'm just going to see if I can carefully take the top off. Oops, there's a lot of condensation came out there. Using the temperature probe. So that potato there is 79, 80 degrees before it fell off. Carrots, same sort of temperature. Let's see if I can get into this one. Yeah, 85 degrees. Absolutely scalding hot. Let's put that lid back on for 2 ticks. And it's time to plate it up. So that one there was a little bit more difficult to get out of the container. So there you go. It's not the best meal in the world, you know. It's processed meat, tin veg. It's not going to do you the world of good, but it's not going to kill you either. So let's test it. Let's see how hot it is. Yep, the meat is hot all the way through. Carrot's hot. Potato. Ooh, very hot. I think the only thing that's missing is a little bit of gravy over the top, you know. I don't know if you'd be able to warm gravy up or not, but anyway, I'm sure I'll manage. So I'll just eat this and I'll come back to you. So that's lunch all finished now. All we have to do is put the now cooled heat stones into the rubbish bin. They just go in the general waste, so there's no problem with getting rid of them. They don't have to be classed as hazardous or anything like that. Like I say, they just go in your normal rubbish. So that was the Heat2Eat food steamers. If you're interested in getting some of these for yourself, I'll leave a link in the video description below. Please note it will be an affiliate link, so whilst it won't cost you any extra to make a purchase, it may well earn me a small commission if you do use my link. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do leave your comments down below. I'd love to know what you think of these. Like I say, I think they're amazing. What do you think? We do reply to all comments on all our videos. If you've not already, please do give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the content. And if you're not a subscriber, like the 90% of watchers who are not, please do consider hitting that subscribe button too. It helps us to grow and also helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once again, although this is not a sponsored video, I do want to thank Heat2Eat for sending me these items to enable me to evaluate them and to bring this video to you today. I say thanks for watching and bye for now. Take care.